All right, so today I'm joined by Trevin, 5-Star Jones, after his fight last night at Cage Warriors 165. How are you, man?
I'm good, my guys. How it is?
So kind of, let's get right into it. It was a unanimous decision loss. You're protesting it. A lot of people were upset about it. I know he had some fans who were happy he won too, so I won't put it all out one-sided. But what are your thoughts on that fight, man?
Man, I thought I could have won 30-27. 30-27 to him was ridiculous. I for sure won 2 rounds easy. The first round, I think I was winning the first round too until he got a little bit of tick down at the end. I don't know how that could have went, but that was the only round I saw him. Maybe they could have given it to him, but I thought for sure when they said 30-27, the first judge, I thought for sure that was me. Like that was an easy call. Like everyone saw the fight, man. It's a fight. It's not anything else besides a fight. When it comes to a fight, I definitely won the fight easily.
Yeah, I mean, from my take, when I heard 30-27, the most clear round was the second round, which was for you. So I thought easily, I was like, okay, 30-27, Trevin won the clearest round. He got it, but
And then not only that, like if you say the second round was the clearest round, my clearest round to me is the third. Like
third.
All the damage in the third, like he only got the back at the end and went for a choke. That's all he did in the third round was got the back, like 40 seconds left. Went for a choke, and I pounded him. I pounded him from the back too, and I damaged him up there. So, man, that was a clear unanimous to me, man. Like that was a real robbery right there, man. That was horrible.
So, and after the fight too, you were pissed off. You're like yelling at people outside the cage. Who are you talking to? The judges and shit like that, or the fans?
It was just like teams going at it, man. We went at it for a while on the back too. The whole commission had to settle us down. But man, they know we won, man. You can see the faces, you can see the body language. When we're at the doctors after, they know we won the fight, man. I know. We had talks after too, man. We ran into each other again outside, and we didn't get all crazy this time. We talked it out normally, and then they know I won that fight, man. I'm clear, and I know I won that fight, and I believe I won that fight clear. I don't think it was close, man. On the damage, on the hit, the lands, man. Like all those kicks, all those body kicks, man. I think I won the hand battle too easily. Like, man, I really won that fight, man. That was a horrible call, man. I think they just wanted to rise up their own boy and get his name out there over me, but the realization of the fight was that I really had won.
Yeah. And I just to go back a little bit, like after you were walking out of the octagon, his team was yelling at you and shit, or like because they saw you protesting, so that's why you guys started arguing again.
Everybody was just yelling, man. Like my team was upset. His team was like trying to say, "Oh, we won," but only one guy on his team was trying to say he won, man. Joe Daddy and all those guys, they knew, man. They know we won.
Okay.
Only like the older man in his corner was really like, protecting, which he should. But yeah, we won that fight, man. I don't care what Rob has to say. I don't care what his team has to say. You were at the fight, bro. Like
I was at the fight, yeah.
How did the fight go? Let's be honest.
The way I was looking at it, because it was kind of close. But from my take, right, obviously, I'm a fan of yours. I'll just put that out there. I'm Guamanian, so I can't even help it. I'm a little biased. But I was at the end of it when they're tallying up the scorecards, I was like, all right, each round, it wasn't like I was worried that you lost it at all. So usually, when you're a fan of somebody, the truth kind of underneath. So if you were to lose the round, I would have felt like, oh, fuck, man, Trevin just lost that round. Like, fuck, I hope he gets this win. But, like, I wasn't really feeling that at the end of the fight at all. So that's why I was like, all right, if I'm not really thinking like that, he must have kind of clearly won it, because I can't really look at it with clear eyes in a way, because I'm a fan of yours. So I was like, if I don't really think he, like, lost any rounds or anything like that, or like, he was getting beat up, then I don't see how the judges could see that.
Man, I'm an honest guy, and I feel the same way as you about being in there. Like, if I was in there and I lost the round and it was clear, I can feel, I lost that round clear. I got enough losses to be able to tell, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have that experience. You saw my body language, right, when I went to fight. And then you saw how I ran up to the top of the cage. You saw me. You saw his language. You saw everybody's language. You heard when they announced him. You heard the boos. Like, that was his hometown. Like, he shouldn't have any boos, man, when it comes to something like that, man. Like, man, I got hundreds. I don't even need to protect this for myself, man. My phone's still ringing right now while we're on the interview of robbery politics is still going off. It's been going off all day. And I just know for sure that I won that fight, man. And there's just not much I can do right now besides try to appeal it. It's not something that I think I would ever have to do, man. But that was a clear robbery, man. I damaged that guy up, man. Like face and damage overall, body, leg kicks. Man, I damaged that boy. There was no way he shouldn't have got his hand raised over me, man. I flew 22 hours to make that fight happen. This is not a fight where you just get the back for 40 seconds and get a little control in the third round and you get that round. And they're like, who saw 30-27? Like, where is this coming from? Like, this guy, I rocked him at least 3-4 times, man. Like, I had him, like, he tried to come at me. I caught him with a couple of check hooks over in his head. Man,
yeah, because you landed the cleaner shots. That's the other part of it. The cleaner shots, which counts,
I definitely landed the cleaner shots. Like, he didn't have any shots that impacted that was like, oh, Trav's in trouble. He didn't have any shots like that or any really moment. Only the rear naked choke in the end of the third, but that wasn't even in. And then when I released that, I pounded him out. So, like, he didn't have any clear moments in this fight, really. Like, he fought back, but he didn't have any clear moments where, like, hey, you won this fight. I had way more clear moments than him where, like, there was damage. And then the body language showed. Look at him going into the third. He was beat up, man. He was already I was still in there, So that a lot of different things told me, like, man, you won this fight. And he knows I won that fight, man. I looked him in the eyes. I talked to him, I read his soul. I won that fight.
Yeah. And as far as like part of it, how like I kind of scored it too, and it's like this is a kind of confusing. So maybe you tell me your thoughts on it. Like, I think the way the judges might have seen it is when you jump guillotine a couple times and it didn't pan out for you, maybe they like took that as he stole the round from you in some way. But it's like you're being the aggressor. You're going for finishes. You're attempting submissions. So like that should go for something. And then one of the times you jumped the guillotine, you got back up, like you swept him, right? And then you ended up back on top. So it's like that one should have never even counted for a win of that round. But like that's the way I'm seeing him stealing the rounds is like by you jumping guillotine, basically.
Yeah, I had 2 close chokes, so I went for it, right? And that's exactly what it was. Like that's the only way he ended up on top of me. That's the only way he ended up getting a little bit of control time. But at the same time, like his damage on those control time was nothing. Like I feel like how can you give it to him but not give it to Wilson Hayes? Like, Wilson Hayes did way more than him when I fought Wilson Hayes here last time. Way more. And, like, Wilson didn't even get the nod. And I hit this guy just as much as I hit Wilson, man. And he did less than Wilson. And he got the nod. Like, he did less than Wilson. He did not have no control time like Wilson. Like, Wilson actually controlled me for a long time in the second. Wilson got a couple good takedowns in the third, but I got the knockdowns and the hard hits on Wilson. This guy didn't get any hits or any. He wasn't really back and forth. He just had like ending moments, like last round 40 seconds holding on. Like he didn't have anything where like he owned it and took control,
right?
And won the fight. He had nothing like that in this fight, man. He was just fighting back, but he lost the fight. That's just how I feel, man. I can't say it any other way. I'm not even being biased. If I thought I lost, I wouldn't be going this far. But this fight, man, I'm too fresh. Like I'm fresh right now, bro. Like I could have fought again. We could have went 5 rounds. Like, I was still fresh. Like, that boy couldn't even go another 2 rounds with me. Another round, he couldn't. He was done.
Yeah, and people don't really know, like, what goes behind this because, like, the last time we talked, you're talking about how, like, now that you're post your UFC career trying to, like, work your way to get back in there, you're being more selective of your opponents. That's why you took, like, Wilson. Even this opponent, he was a good opponent for you. I think he's undefeated in Cage Warriors. He's a talker, too, which was good. It promoted the fight. People were excited. So... and then you travel 22 hours. So just for all this, what are your thoughts on that in a way?
Yeah, man, that's horrible, man. Like I came all the way to fight and represent my team, my family.
And being selective. So it's like now, with your next opponent having a loss that maybe you shouldn't have gotten, it's like, how can you be selective moving forward again, taking these good matchups, That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, man, I was trying to get the best matchups possible. And, Wilson was a great matchup because he was a legend, and then this guy was a good matchup because, I didn't steal that win streak from him, and I believe I did more than enough. Not even a little bit. I did more than enough to beat that guy, man. Like, I really beat that guy, and, it's just hard, man. It's like, not only that, it's my money, it's my record, it's like everything. You guys are making my resume look bad. Like, you guys are killing me inside, man. Like, what do I gotta do to get a fair shake, man? This is the MMA game, man. These guys need to learn to be fair. This is people's jobs. This is people's lives. You know, it's a competitive sport at the same time, but like, man, they need to learn how to not be biased when it comes to these type of things, because 30-27 is ridiculous, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. Well, that's when you know, like, what did they do to these cards? Like 30-27, where at?
Yeah,
you know?
that one was crazy.
Yeah, they're wild, bro. Even 29-28 for him is crazy, man. Like, still, none of those judges saw me winning that fight. That's when you know they're robbing you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if none of those judges saw me winning that fight, that's just ridiculous. How can every fan in the arena boo and all these messages be flying into me, but the judges who's in charge of judging cannot see who won the fight? That's when you know there's robberies involved. Point blank, period. You know?
Yeah, I mean, California, he comes from Cali. His coach is like connected in Cali probably, so I don't know if they're friends with the judges or something, but who knows what can happen. That's tough though when you fight a hometown boy.
Automatic, bro. But
yeah,
it wasn't a like the Wilson fight was much closer of a hometown boy fight, you know.
Yeah, because he trains out of San Diego too, right?
Yeah. This wasn't even, bro. I don't even feel like this fight was close, man. I feel like I like beat him up and I did like the more harder, powerful shots all the way through this fight. Like, honestly, like, yeah, like he fought back and he did some good things too, but it just wasn't even close enough, bro. It wasn't even like, it wasn't enough to even get a win. Like, you did a couple things, like he did a couple good things, and some of those things I matched those things that he did, and I did stuff on top of that. So I just don't think it was even a close call, man. It was super biased. It really was.
And I guess I kind of insinuated that the judges are from California, but they do travel all over, right? So I guess I was wrong with that.
Where you're coming from. Like, yeah, man, you know, it is what it is, man. I'm gonna think what I think. Is people are gonna think what they think. The world's gonna think what they think. Life goes on, but at the same time, like, the way that I keep moving on in a fight game is, you know, I got a lot of fights like this. I fought everyone in their backyard, and it always ends up like this, man. But in my heart, when you feel like you really won, you can keep moving forward, you know. Only when, like, if I was really trash and I lost these fights, then I won't be able to move forward, because I'm not going to go out there and get embarrassed again and again. But I'm not getting embarrassed in these fights. Like, these are good fights. I'm putting up great fights. You know, these guys have great records, but they're not even, you know, doing anything spectacular to me, or they're talking like he's talking about my record and all that. But, bro, I whipped you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, that guy with those losses was whipping on you, bro. And he knows that for a fact, man. All his boxing, all his shots, everything got pretty much shut down, you know. He's supposed to be a guy with great body shots, man. I was blocking those body shots and everything. It didn't get through at all. And I was very happy about blocking all his body shots and just not letting him reach out and be able to get it, man. Like, I feel like my check hook just shut down his whole game, man. He couldn't throw like he usually throws. He couldn't come after like he come after. And I know he trained. I know that boy put in hella work for this fight, but I was the better competitor that night. And that's just, and I don't care what anybody have to say. People can call me, you know, crybaby, Trey, you're crying or whatever. Nah, bro, this is fair. This is my life. This is my job. This is how I make my money. You know, this is my record. You know, my family, my life, everything's on the line. You know, treat me fair, treat me right. That's what I'm asking for. You know, people think when you go online and you get all crazy that you're just supposed to take it. Oh, you lost. Be quiet. Sit down. No, I'm letting you guys know I ain't won. My head is still high. My head was higher than his head, and he won. That's how I know I won a fight. My head was higher than his head. When we walked out everywhere, all the way through, all the way out, when I saw him 2 more times, my head was higher than his head. That's how I know I won the fight. He knew to look down because I won that fight. Everyone knew. Man, Joe Daddy, everyone knew, man. They all knew his corners, man. I won that fight, man. That's an easy fight to call.
What did you guys say to each other when you saw each other, when you kind of were able to calm down? Did you guys talk about kind of how the fight went or anything like that?
Yeah, we did, man. He's like, like I said, he knows who won that fight, baby. Big Daddy Rob. I won that fight, Big Daddy Rob.
You guys cool though now or what? I mean, obviously you want to run that back, or you're going to appeal maybe? What are you thinking? I saw your comment.
I'm going to definitely have to appeal that, man, because, like, it's only fair, man. I heard you don't even win these appeals, but I got to throw that appeal out there, bro. How can you beat me? Like, go watch that fight. I ain't even watched it yet, but I ain't got to go watch this fight back. I know what happened. I see how my body feels. I'm fresh, bro. I just got out of the shower. I feel good. I ain't taking no damage. You see, even when I leg kick a guy that much, so my foot be hurting and my foot was broken in a Wilson fight, so I threw no kicks. This fight, I had my foot coming off being broken, and I threw a lot of kicks, and my foot's still fresh. Like, man, this guy didn't even, like, I could fight today, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Big Daddy Rock can't fight today. I'm telling you, his legs beat up, boy. His legs beat up, and I beat up his body. And I'm not even a kicker, bro. And I was kicking him up. You know, I think I landed way more strikes on the feet, too. Better, cleaner, harder, solider strikes. I had my little control time. He had his little control time, so I won the fight, bro. Like,
yeah,
there wasn't even close, you know.
I mean, something else I'm thinking about, and then I want to talk about like what's next for you too. But last thing about the fight is, you know, from a ring control perspective, what you were doing in there was very impressive. You know, like to be able to control the pace, kind of dance around, pick your shots. People might look at that as, oh, he's like pressing forward in a sense, but I saw kind of what you were doing too. You know, you're using your skills in there, trying to set stuff up, backing up,
yes,
you know, pressing forward here and there. But yes, I saw what you're doing. So from a boxing perspective, it gets more appreciated than in MMA, what your style is kind of.
Yeah, man. I was luring him in a lot, and he was falling for those traps too. I was making him fight in my corner a lot. You know, every time we got close to his corner, I'll back up. People don't see that. I'm smart. I back up. That's the experience. And in that way, we get into a clinch or a takedown or a wrestling battle where on my side, you got to deal with my corner talking. There's a lot of tricky things that I do out there that people don't understand, man, but I was doing it a lot. Like, my corner don't even understand the time. They're like, press. I'm like, nah, I'm bringing them over here, wait. I'm bringing them over here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, my game it's a different type of game, but the fighter feels it more than the judges, you know? That's what I feel about my style. I'm like, these fighters that I fight, every time it's a robbery like this, when I talk to the fighter himself and we become friends through Instagram or whatever, the respect they give lets me know that I won the fight. You know, the way they talk to me, the way they ask me to train like Rob Coach did and all that, like, that lets me know, Trev, you did your thing out there, bro. And, you know, I've had losses before where maybe I really lost, you know, and I did good. And people go eat themselves up and go crazy. Oh, I didn't fight good. I lost. Like, you only get one winner and one loser. And when you go out there and you do your thing, you do your job, you fight a good fight, it's just a good fight. You know, that's the way I'm seeing it out in my career when you're asking me, how do I move forward from here? After this one, it's pretty tough, man. It's going to be very hard, man. I got to get a rematch with Tim, appeal that, or get a rematch with Tim, or let him and the guy fight for the title, and I'm the next one for the title. Something has to happen like that, but it has to make sense because right now, they kind of dicked me over, man. They kind of fucked me over, man. I feel like I was really fucked over and mistreated on this one, man, because, like, I was already working my way back up with the Wilson, and then I would have beat him, and I would have probably had to beat the belt, or even right after beating him on a 8-9 fight one streak he was on, I was good. I was back in what do you call it? The green light. I was back in the green light.
Yeah.
But, you know, they kind of like trying, you know, they stall me out, bro. They like do some like hater type stuff, not, you know, it's just hard, man. It's definitely harder on me, man. I got to figure this out, man, because like, man, like they messed up the resume even worse than it already is. It's been messed up from around the world, man. I can post like 7 fights, bro, that people will be like, bro, you didn't lose those fights. That's how
we talked about it last time in our last interview.
I got fights where I could post where like we didn't lose these fights. So, like, man, I've been fighting people coming into their hometown, bringing my balls, putting it on the line, and just not getting the fair nod. That's all my career has been, just not getting the fair nod. Like, and I'm supposed to be okay with it. And they're like, oh, you're a crybaby. Nah, bro, I'm tired of being mistreated. I'm tired of getting played. Like, bro, I'm beating these guys up. Like, what kind of guy has this much losses and still fighting so well and still doing so good? Like, usually they give up, they retire, they're done already, but not me, because these guys are not really doing nothing to me. They're not winning these fights. They're getting like half nods, and that's just how my career has been, man. Just like this fight last night, like 30-27. These guys are ridiculous for that, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
those guys
they got to give you a break sometimes, man. I know what you've been through. I know even like your UFC debut, you won that, and then the W gets pulled from like fucking smoking weed or some bullshit.
Yeah, and then Rob, and then
you've been through a lot, man.
And then Robert's running his mouth like, oh, you got one win in the UFC. You clearly
don't want to do it. It's like, no, that's not true.
Yeah, he clearly don't want to give me that Tamir win. He was just, trying to talk. He was trying to egg himself on. But, I told him I was going to be there. I told him I was going to be here. I told him from the start I was going to show up. I was going to come there. You could talk all you want. I'm going to be there. And I was here. I took it to him, and I beat him. And they blessed in him. And it's sad. It's really sad. It is.
At the end of the day, I think, especially knowing now that you guys were even arguing more backstage, I mean, you guys should just run it back. You're a UFC vet. You're a big name for him to fight anytime. If he wasn't that clear and there's some controversy, he should be happy to run it back with a UFC vet too.
Yeah, February 24th, they're right back here. We should be running it back right away, February 24th. If we're going to run it back right away.
Yeah.
If we're going to run it back right away, February 24th, I'm right here. Let's do that. If not, he's scared. I don't think he's going to run it back with me February 24th. He ain't got enough time.
Nah.
I know what he would try and do February 24th. He'll try and get some wrestling going and think he could take me down. But I'm already a step ahead of him, bro. I'll be ready for him even more. The first half of this camp, I was sick too, man. I went into my little trench. I had stopped posting a little bit. I think it was after I made a video with him, calling him out one time because I felt really good in training one day. And then I called him out. I said something to him. And I was like, I gave him a fire back. And then the next day I was sick, man. And I was sick for 4 weeks for this fight. I was sick. It was I don't know, it was a new COVID or whatever's going around right now. But I had it and I didn't post nothing. I lay low. I train like I can. I still got my little runs in at the field away from the boys. Then I went back to the gym a couple weeks out and I started working. I started feeling good again. Then my confidence got high again and got hired. And I'm like, I got this guy. So believe it or not, for half of this camp, I was sick. I was man down, and I just worked through it.
Yeah. And I just was pointing out before that there's a lot of promotion for a rematch with you guys. I'm sure they got a lot of footage of you guys going back and forth arguing. So just a message to Cage Warriors, that's you guys can run that back. It's a good promotion.
They need to set up that rematch. They need to set up that rematch, man, because he did not win that fight. Everybody knows he didn't win that fight. I know everybody knows, man. I talked to them. I read all the comments. I read people's stuff. Everyone who's saying he won that fight is just his friends. That's the only people that's going to say he won that fight. Everybody deep down inside that watch fighting and knows fighting, they're like, oh, he got blessed. And his friends are not going to tell him because they're not real. But if I lost, my team will be like, you got blessed tonight. If I got the nod like that, we'll take the win. Just we'll celebrate it. We'll be like, oh, we won. But when we get in this room as a team, we'll be like, Trev, you got blessed tonight, bro. That guy did good. Because we give credit like that. We know the game like that. We respect the game like that. Those guys are acting like he really won that fight, bro. Come on, dude.
What does your brother think? And even Drew and your BJJ coach?
They're all right here. They all thought I won. I posted a video just earlier when they're all saying you won. When they said 30-27, they're like 30-27. They're all like, yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
Same like what you said. The second round was clearly me. So when we heard 30-27, we're like, "Ooh, that's automatic towards us," because he had no clear round like that. So yeah, man, they're just, man, that California Athletic Commission or whoever those judges were wild, bro.
Yeah, I guess, or if Roberto is gonna fight for the title, then you get the winner of that. Even if he wins that'd be even better to run it back.
Roberto don't deserve no title, though. He don't deserve no title off that, bro. That was his first fight in a weight class, and he's gonna, you won in the 45.
True.
Fight the 45 champ. That was your first fight in my weight class, and you didn't beat me, bro. You didn't even come close. I'm telling you, you didn't come close. If we were to come next to each other today and we check the damage, bro, I know he's not walking. I know his legs messed up. I know he's hurting. I banged up his face a little bit. He had a cut eye. Both of his cheeks were fat, and both of his nose were dripping, bro. Look at me. I had nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On top of all the body kicks and leg kicks I landed, on top of that face damage. Are we judging? What are we judging in these fights? It's a fight. It's supposed to be judged by damage. The damage was easy to see that I had way more damage. Even, like I said, even when he had the back at the end of the third, I still had more damage than him. Those cracks were solid coming from the back, and
yeah, which also, you gotta factor that in. If the guy isn't actively attempting submissions, then that ground and pound counts. From your end.
Yeah, it does. Those are points. Those are hits, and they weren't regular hits. Those were solid hits. I was sticking them, so I thought for sure, man. You saw the language when the fight ended. Who felt like they won or who was what? You saw his body, his shoulders all shriveled forward and all that, man. I know I won that fight. Like, he knows. Like, that boy don't want to fight me no more.
Yeah.
I'm be way more crazy the next one, too. You know, like, I know what he got. I know he doesn't hit hard. I know he can't keep up with the speed, all that. Yeah, I don't. The next one, I'll take him out clean.
Yeah. I mean, I could see them running it back. I could see promotion for it and everything, man. I could totally see it.
I could see the promotion trying to set it up, but I just don't see him taking that fight because I think I scored him up there. I really do. Like, and going into that fight the second time, I'll be way more of a beast. You know, I have to respect him a little because he did have the 8-fight win streak. He did have attributes, and he did have things that I need to look out for. But when I got in there and I settled in, and we get that second fight going, and we'll be going into the 4th round, that's all out the window now. I know exactly what you're about, you know, and I will stick him all the way through. And in the next one, I will hunt him down, and he will get no takedown to anything, you know. So I'm just very confident going into the second fight. I'm extra confident that I'll win that fight easily. I'll finish him for sure.
Okay, gotcha. And as far as like your Guamanian supporters go, you know that they always support heavily when you fight. So do you have like a message to them or anything, the people who are kind of down that you lost last night?
Yeah, I want people, you know, stick with me. You know, I represent the most. You know, there's no one out there representing time after time like me.
100%.
You guys know I love y'all. You guys know I represent to the fullest. And, you know, that was our dub last night. And everybody knows it. And, you know, only thing we do is to keep our head up and move forward.
Okay. And then also with your manager, have you spoke to him? Does he have any thoughts on like what to do next or anything like that? Brian Butler, right? Is that your manager?
Yeah. So, yeah, man, he thought I want to fight too. He watched it. Everyone saw it. He knew I want to fight, man. It's crazy. So it's just...
was he saying like any next moves, or is it too soon to talk about that with him?
Yeah, it's too soon, man. But yeah, we talked about the appeal and everything. And like, got appeal, we got to give it a shot because, man, that was a clear robbery. He knows we got the call right away from him. We got the call from a couple of people right away that works to the big shows and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, that was a robbery. So I know I got robbed. Right when it ended, I know I got robbed. When I saw everyone coming in, like, it's a different thing for me to think it, but it's another thing for people to be calling in that are smart, higher up people saying, hey, you got robbed right away. So I knew I got robbed. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then I just want to throw a name out there in case, like, you know, you're trying to find an opponent. What's it called? Ricky Bandejas didn't fight Wilson. So I don't know. Maybe you could fight Ricky or something like that if you need an opponent, because he beat like James Gallagher. He's got a little bit of a name, and I know you want to fight guys with names. You don't want to fight just anybody. So that's why I mentioned him to you. But yeah.
Yeah, that'll be, man, you know me, I fight anybody. That's what I do. Yeah. But, you know, I want Rob right now. Rob don't deserve to run for me. Come back
then
here,
let's get this robbery match. Yeah, we'll just stick on
Rob,
that then.
You know?
Yeah.
Can I give a shout out to something?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I want to shout out to OnlyFans because, you know, they keep me in touch with my fans, and they keep me where I can make some money by teaching private lessons and sharing my knowledge and the fighter's lifestyle and traveling and just sharing everything that I know with people that want to take their mixed martial arts career to the next level. They gave me the platform to make some change and be closer in touch with them. So I want to give a big shout out to OnlyFans. You know, I appreciate you guys for taking care of me. I've been with you guys for about 1.5 years now, and you guys been solid. You know, my page is an athletic page, you know, guys. It's all technique. It's all traveling. It's all fighter life.
No booty pics on there?
No booty pics on there, but it's all legit, you know. Live streams of sparring. That's where you can see my sparring at.
Okay.
We'll go live on there. That's where you can get those hidden content. That's why you don't see me on Instagram, anything, posting my sparring and everything, because that's all excluded for OnlyFans, you know, where I make a little change at. So, you know, I want to shout out to OnlyFans. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
For sure. How did because I was actually going to ask you about that. So you got a little bag from OnlyFans, huh? Because they're actually sponsoring you and shit for your fights now.
Mm-hmm.
And so do they pay you to like make content, or are they, I mean, you don't have to tell me how much they're making, but do they give you some good money that helps you out?
Yeah, so I had a 1-year contract with them, and I got sponsored for this fight on the side. So that was the second deal that I had on this fight. So yeah, OnlyFans is they come correct, they come fair. You know, I hope you can put that OnlyFans shout out at the end of this video, please.
Yeah, of course.
So I can tag them. And and OnlyFans they really help the fighters out, man. I know like everyone don't think it's appropriate and stuff like that, but OnlyFans really come through for people trying to make a living. That's doing the right thing, like I'm doing. Like I'm for sure doing great things on OnlyFans. You know, I'm sharing my knowledge with other people that really look up to me, that want to be more in touch with me, giving feedback, and sharing my traveling as a fighter, and sharing my sparrings, and just being exclusive to the people that really care about me and want to see me grow and want to learn from me and things like that. So, I think Instagram it has all that type of stuff, but anyone could be on Instagram, anyone could be on that. But like if they're on your OnlyFans, like, you know, they really adore you somehow, and they really, you know, trying to learn or something like that. So I appreciate OnlyFans.
Okay. And how did that come about? Did like somebody from your team, like your manager and shit, does he help you get these sponsors, or did they hit you up?
Yeah, my manager helped me get this about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
OnlyFans, yeah. They gave me like was it ambassador?
So, I don't even know, but you tell me.
Yeah, they gave me some kind of deal, and it's a pretty good deal, man. Like, I don't think my deal is the highest deal or even close to the highest deal. So some people make money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people make money. So I was trying to get my chips up too, man. Like, but I do my thing. I do my first share on OnlyFans. You know, I meet all the requirements. I meet things they tell me to do. You know, the certain posts per month, the live streams, all that. They give you a list of things to do. You just got to run it over and be on top of your game. And then, you know, it ain't nothing different than what you do on Instagram and stuff like that.
Right.
But this time you're making good money. So OnlyFans is the real one.
Yeah, even post like probably like good advice, like diet and like weight cutting tips probably helps too.
I post things like that, and I add the words to it too.
Yeah.
So when I'm talking, you can see what I'm saying even clearer, and then I do techniques, and then I teach with the words, and then I do, like I said, live sparrings, you know, and then I do traveling when I travel, and I do training in traveling places. I show it on my OnlyFans. Like you might see a picture on Instagram or whatever, but OnlyFans will have videos that show me live sparring. And like when I went to Philippines for this camp, I had to go to Philippines for 3 days, so I ended up training over there, and I went live and I sparred over there with some boxers and stuff like that. Those kind of things go straight to OnlyFans, so those are great.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously you're not Paige Van Zandt out here, but just like the potential of it, like she made more money off OnlyFans in like a day or like a week or something than she made her whole career. So there's potential on that shit for sure.
Real hot girl shit.
You know, it's easier for her, but you can get there too, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, man. If I want to show some and booty, you know, we can. I know I can turn it up.
Just gotta start marketing to the females out there, the Chamorro ladies.
Bro, they keep doing me like this with these robs. We might have to show some and booty. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah, I got one other one for you. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. You were sparring with Kyle Aguon, the guy you fought like 3 times in the past. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, how is that, man? You guys always train together, or is this something new?
We've trained together a lot since we haven't fought. We've been training with this camp. Yeah, he helped me a lot. This camp, we worked a lot. This camp, we've done a lot of sparring in this camp for sure. Yeah, man, he's a tough competitor too, man. That guy can beat guys, and that guy, you know, he's like me, man. We just fight anybody and fought a lot of tough fights. So, you know, people look at our record and think we're easy pickings, but we're really tough, solid competitors. And yeah, man, Kyle's my dog now, man. He helped me a lot for this camp. We got a lot of sparring in, a lot of wrestling in, and a lot of rounds in this camp, more than ever. And yeah, this is not my first time sparring with him a lot. I've had camp before I got into UFC. I think I went on like 3 fight wins, and then I was working with Kyle a lot at that time too, and we're both doing well. So we decided to get back together because we work together, we do well.
Okay, for sure. And just I guess to wrap this one up, there's some current events I just want to get your thoughts on. Fucking the top story right now, you got Colby Covington just completely disrespected Leon Edwards. You saw that?
Yeah, I did.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Colby goes too far, man, but that's what Colby want to do. I understand the fight game even better now because I had not so slick Rob trying to talk all that trying to talk all that stuff to me, and I know how it gets under your skin. So you really got to control that, because what they want you to do, they want you to get over jealous so you can make mistakes and you can slip up. So you just have to be understanding of what Cody's trying to do. But Cody definitely takes it to another realm, and he deserves to get hurt for that. You know what I mean? And the only guy that can do that is Leon Edwards, right? So Leon Edwards has to go out there and hurt him for that, and then that's how he gets the payback. Other than that, it's just gonna be like me saying I won, and the crowd saying, "No, Trev, shut up, you lost," and everyone saying, "Oh, Cody's a dig. He's not supposed to be talking like that. Oh, Cody's disrespectful. I hate that guy." That's all it's gonna be. Is just someone else's opinion. It's not gonna affect Cody. It's not gonna affect him. The only way he can be affected if Leon just goes out there and crushes his face. So, yeah, Leon has to crush his face and get that respect, and that's how you can make him suck it. Other than that, then Kobe's gonna be Kobe.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
Kobe.
At the end of the day, they're gonna get some good money for this one. All my friends text me like first thing in the morning. They're like, "You down to watch the fights tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm down." But what's it called? You got a prediction, Leon or Colby? I mean, obviously Leon, I think, right? For you?
Well, that's a close fight, man. Leon definitely can win if he can stuff the takedown early on in the first and second round. If he cannot stuff the takedown in the first and second, yeah, Colby will win that fight. But yeah, Leon, man, I watched that Usman fight and stuff. It was close, man. Usman's last two fights were close, man. Yeah, the second one was close too,
I thought he won the second one, dude. I thought he won it.
You thought Usman won?
I thought Usman won it, yeah.
Yeah, bro. I had that same thread. Yeah, you were on the same feed. So, yeah, man.
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, for real, dude. He's very tenacious, man. He knows how to stay in your face. He knows how to stay locked in. That's one thing I love about Kumar, man. He knows how to stay locked in, man. So I thought he won, bro. So, if Colby can just do a little bit more than that, yeah, man. Leon started to get, a little tired and started to fade and actually get taken down. But yeah, Leon's also great, man. He knows how to stay in. He's like me, he can be taken down and stuff and still get back up and land big strikes. So, Leon is a very respected champion. I like Leon a lot, man. He's a killer. I like him. I like his brother. But, I'm just going style to style. It's just a good matchup, another good matchup. Anyone can win this fight. Whoever can implement their game more.
Yeah, I saw there was a good point made. I think actually Kamaru, or I forget who made this point, but they're saying like, actually I think it was Wonder Boy. They're saying like, what's it called? The first fight is what you should really look at.
Hey, hello or something.
Somebody farted or something?
No. We're leaving the room now.
Okay. No, I was gonna say that Wonder Boy says that you should go off the first fight with him and Usman, because like even Usman was affected in that second fight because he had just gotten knocked out. So like when you compare like Colby and Leon this time, you should look at it how the first fight with Leon and Usman went, if that makes sense to you.
It does. When my brother and them we saw like Leon had kicked him and became the champ, so he really beat the champ. We felt like the second fight was, you got to beat the champ to beat the champ. We felt like it was just a close fight. So they gave it back to Leon, which I can see that happening. Gonna beat the champ to beat the champ. It's not really understandable, but yeah, it was. We thought Kumar definitely had a lot of tenaciousness in that fight, and we thought he won. But like you said, it was a close fight, so you got to beat the champ clearly to get the belt.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Two more for you. I just wanted to get your thoughts on Sean O'Malley and Chito Vera fight, because you're a bantamweight as well. So I just want to get your thoughts on like that upcoming title fight.
I won
Cheeto
my fight so I can actually.
I wish I won my fight so I can actually talk about this.
Man, I'm like not even in the. I'm like a loser right now. You know what I mean? Like it sucks, but yeah, man.
No worries.
Both guys are tough guys. Both guys can win this fight too. Obviously Chito won the first fight. Sean's got him better. Sean's gonna try and bring him because he's gonna want to get that back. Sean's been winning. He knocked out Aljo, but Aljo's not really a striker or anything at all. He don't really got hands like that. So, Chito will try and slow it down, be durable, kind of like me, and then try and get the big shots in later on. It's another great fight, man. It's another great fight. We can get another bantamweight champion, or we can get O'Malley being O'Malley with a clean knockout.
style-wise, people are kind of saying like, oh, if like Chito can just basically like, oh, what was I gonna say? I think I was gonna say Chito can get the takedown on O'Malley, and then that's just gonna be game over. But then it's like Aljamain couldn't get the takedown, so I don't see how Chito can get it in that sense either.
I think Chito
really
could get the takedown
him.
Because Aljo's takedowns are clearly he's gonna go for a takedown because the hands is that indecisive. Like if Chito can get the striking going effective back and forth with him, and instead of the takedown, it could be different. When you're dealing with Aljo, you know you're gonna get taken down, so it's easy to defend the takedown. You know, it's easy to be prepared for just a takedown. Chito can actually strike and do other things too that can make it effective for him to get the takedown. That's what I see. I think Aljo didn't have enough comfortable striking to set up his takedowns properly. He was like forcing it, so that's what happened with his fight.
Okay, and then the last thing I have for you, I just want to end it on a positive note and remind you of something you said last time, which was after your win over Wilson Hayes, you're saying how you kind of recover a little bit from the passing of your best friend, Kyle Reyes. You said that you're back in good spirits, and it showed in your performance, in my opinion, last night. I thought that you looked really good out there. You executed well. You didn't gas or anything like that.
Man.
So
everyone
are you still back in good spirits, and are you still kind of looking forward to like these next big fights?
In the video. Yes, man, I did. I felt good. You saw me. I was fighting. I was throwing big shots. I was trying to, even though he was doing good, I was still back in the face. You know, even with the Wilson Hayes, he had some good stuff. I was able to pump back. You know, that was just really good. It was just really good, man. I was able to pump back, man, and that's what I mean. I'm back in good spirit, man. I'm able to pump back. I'm able to give back. Like a fight is not just you're going to go out there and dominate the guy the whole time. No, it's going to be back and forth, but you're going to keep coming, and I'm more clear-headed, and I'm able to keep coming back, and that's the part where I'm a weak now.
Yeah, so just for everyone who doesn't really fully understand that, you're a little bit of a shell yourself.
Yes, I was a little bit of a shell of myself when my friend passed away. Ending my UFC career, I couldn't focus. I couldn't fight properly. It just wasn't in me because I had lost someone that I trained with all the time who had the same dream as me, and he was all of a sudden gone. And I didn't have the same drive. I was still training hard and everything, but I didn't have that same energy in me when it came time to fight. And it just took about 2 years to just wear off slowly. I mean, not to forget about him, but me just let him subside into my soul. And then after that, I was able to regenerate myself back up, and I'm able to fight now again. So, yeah, I was able to fight a little bit better than I am, but I'm still even better than that.
Okay. Yeah. Just want to put that out there. And then last thing. What'd you think when you saw me out there when I was like, yo, let's go, Trevin, when you're about to walk out? Was that dope?
I was stoked to see you, bro.
Yeah.
I was so stoked to see you, bro. You're a man, bro. Appreciate you for showing up.
Of course. I didn't want to make you like start thinking about other shit. So I was trying just to like, let you focus.
Yeah,
but
I was
had to stand over
bro.
there.
I was stoked when I saw you. I was like, yeah, you saw me. You saw me.
Yeah, I saw you. I was like, oh, hell yeah, you saw me.
Hell yeah, bro. Appreciate that, dog. Like, for real, bro.
Yeah, of course. I got you, bro. And, so thanks for the time, man. We'll get this interview out there. And hopefully we can get that rematch with Roberto Hernandez. There's hype behind it, man.
Let's go, Roberto. Let's do it. Sign a paper, Be right, If you're a real one, you're talking like you're a real one, don't try and hide and say, oh, I need a title shot automatically. No. Come see me February right away. We'll be back here in a month and a half. It'll be real quick and we can get it done. And then no one will have nothing to say because I feel like I owned you, bro. I really do.
Yeah. Perfect place to end it. Run it back in February.
Yes, sir. February.
Let's do it, man. All right. I'll be back here. If you're in San Diego in February, I'll be back watching your fight.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. Later, man. Have a good one.